So this museum is based on the private collection of Paul G. Allen, one of the co-founders of Microsoft. He started collecting planes in 1998 and then later started collecting military vehicles as well. And the main goals of this collection are to preserve things in complete originality. Every rivet, every wire is perfect and also in operating condition. And the reason we do that is so we can share them with the public, and the public can actually experience exactly what these machines will be like. To hear the thunderous roar of a plane fly over you, the clanking of a tank as it drives by you, and the boom as it fires. We want people to experience these machines in action and to be inspired to learn more about them. So we've slowly, systematically been growing this collection through time. And what we want is the most iconic aircraft and most technologically important, innovative aircraft through time. And then later we added vehicles to this mix. And so we have got probably most of World War II's greatest hits, either here in the building or in production to come here. And then we also are interested in the history of Vietnam and up through the first Gulf War. The same with the planes and the military vehicles. The focus is on World War II, but we want to do Korea, Vietnam, and the first Gulf War also.
Oh, it's great. I think I'm really fortunate to be able to fly these World War II and Korean War vintage airplanes, and also it's great that there are individuals whose goal is to keep these things flying. It's one thing just to see them in a museum, which is great, but if you can hear them and smell them and kind of taste them, it makes all the difference. And there are just so many variations I get to fly, real fortunate, so I love them all. It's just a lot of history there.
The artifact in the museum that always gives me goosebumps is the Higgins boat. If you go inside the Higgins boat and you look out of the front of it and you realize how cramped it is, how you're walled in a tunnel and there's only one way to go, and what is facing you when you got out of that Higgins boat, it just always gives you goosebumps. We first started acquiring armor and vehicles in 2007. And Paul was interested in this for a number of reasons. One, because his father was in the Army in World War II, but also just the sort of technology and the development as he was interested in the aircraft. So initially, we were just going to get a few iconic tanks, and then we started to round things out. So now, as with the planes, we have tanks from all the 5 major combatants in World War II. So the Night Witch's biplane surprises people. We have all these sleek planes that everyone recognizes from movies and documentaries, and then we have this weird-looking biplane. It was flown by an all-female unit. When Germany invaded the Soviet Union, the Soviets threw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the Germans. And at night, they had these trainer aircraft flown by all-female crews dropping bombs to disrupt the German forces. And these heroic women were flying in sub-zero conditions and dropping bombs out of the side originally. They suffered tremendous losses. They were the most decorated unit in the Soviet Air Force was the unit that flew the Night Witches. This plane represents an all-female unit. All the mechanics, all the pilots were women working in horrendous conditions, doing heroic things. I think what we would like people most to know about this collection is how superb it is, how it's the best collection of its type in the world. Every rivet, every piece of these planes, these tanks is original, and they work. There is no collection like this in the world. This is the crown jewels in the Tower of London. This is the best collection in the world. And we're so proud of this, and we want people to come and appreciate it.